All right, hey everybody, good to see you again. This is our second week of lessons, so we're actually going to get into some stuff today. I'm looking forward to doing some things with you. This is really a review today, so this should not be anything new, hopefully. If it is, then just make sure you take a little extra time with it so it doesn't catch you off guard. This is really, really important stuff. So today we are dealing with rhythm, and so our I can statements should be, at the end of the lesson, you should be able to clap familiar rhythms. You should be able to use and apply the time signature. If you don't know what that is, we'll talk about it in a little bit. And you should be able to create your own rhythms and then clap them on your own. And we'll see how that goes. So let's get started. So, hello! I'm a time signature. And that's the two numbers that are stacked on top of each other. You'll see them at the beginning of a piece of music a lot, but you can also have them in the middle. Don't be surprised if you see them in the middle sometimes, but they are really important numbers for musicians. They look kind of like a fraction, right? But they are not a fraction when we talk music. So what does it mean? So the top number is very special because the top number tells us how many beats are allowed in each measure of music. Remember that measures are a way that we divide music up into pieces so that we can follow along a little easier. And then the bottom number tells you what kind of note ultimately gets a single beat of value. You might have seen a time signature before where it was the 4 or a different number on top, and then it was a note that was specifically drawn on the bottom. So if you've seen that, we're just replacing the note with the actual number now. So don't be surprised if you see that, and you'll definitely see both, until you're an old fart like me, and then maybe you'll get a little different. So the question a lot of people ask is, so what? And let's get started on that. So today we're going to be doing popsicle stick rhythms. And this is a really simple activity I like, and it's easy to change. If you don't have popsicle sticks at home, you can use pens. You can use forks and knives if you wanted to. There are all kinds of options. You just need a decent amount of them. So just make sure whatever you use you have a lot of. If you don't have any of that, just use a piece of paper, because I can make all of the rhythms that we're going to make today. I know it's kind of small, but I can make all of those rhythms with just a piece of paper and a pen or pencil. So you can also do that if you want. That's up to you. So let's figure out what we need to do. Also make sure that you grab a handful of pieces of paper. You'll need at least 7. And we will get started. So the very first thing that I need you to do is to take 3 of your pieces of paper that you got, and you are going to draw a time signature on the left side of 3 of those papers. So you're going to draw a 4-4, a 3-4, and a 2-4. Those are going to be our first pages that we're going to use every time, but we'll get there in a second. It doesn't matter whether your paper is horizontal or vertical. I just did that backwards. Horizontal or vertical, that's what I was talking about. Just as long as the numbers for the time signature are on the left side of that paper, okay? So however you want to do it. If you need to pause the video real fast, go ahead and take care of that, and then we'll get started again in a second. So when we use a time signature, we're using separate pieces of paper because it makes our ability to understand how the time signature works a lot easier. So in my example on the presentation right now, we have a 3-4 time signature, and then if you notice, we have 3 different boxes, right? 1, 2, 3. And that's meant to represent the top number, how many beats we have. So if I changed my time signature to 2-4, I should only have 2 pieces of paper. If I change it to 4-4, then I'd change it to 4. What do you think if I changed the time signature to 13-4? How many pieces of paper would I have to fill up a whole measure right there? Yeah, and if you said 13, you would be correct. So very, very good. So let's talk about how to do it. So when you're showing a quarter note, which we're going to call ta when we clap them, and again, Chester City kids, I know you're familiar with this. Thompson kids, I'm not sure exactly what system you use. So if this is new or different, you can use whatever system you feel comfortable with. Just understand that maybe I'm saying something a little different than what you do. Or what you're used to at least. So we are just going to take one popsicle stick and stand it up straight. And then that standing up straight is our ta, the quarter note. If we hear eighth notes, ta-ti, we're going to put 3 of them together. You're going to have 2 standing up and then 1 going across to be the beam that ties those notes together, so don't be surprised to see that. So now that we've got 2 notes right now, try this real fast. We're going to do 4 tas together, so let's try it. I'll go first, you echo me, okay? Ready, 2, and here we go. Ta, 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 go. Let's try a different one. This one is going to add a ta-ti in it. Make sure you listen close. 1, 2, here we go. Ta, ta, ta-ti, ta. And go ahead. Very cool. The last thing that we're going to talk about for this second, and we'll add something in a moment, is the rest, the quarter rest. And so the quarter rest is this really weird squiggly looking thing all the way on the right here. It's definitely challenging to draw like that, and it's going to use a lot of popsicle sticks, so we try to get all those angles in there. So what we do is we just make a little Z with our popsicle sticks. If you're drawing it, same story, just draw a Z, and that will take care of it. I'll know what you mean. And when we see a rest, we are simply going to whisper and pull our hands apart and say, rest. So now try this. We're going to do tas and rest right now. Ready? 2, here we go. Ta, rest, ta, rest. You try? Ready, go. Yeah, really nice. So, now we're looking at the 3 options that we have so far. We have rests, we have tatis, we have ta. If you need to take a few moments and refresh how to clap those, try to just make up some rhythms real fast. Go ahead and pause the video, take a few moments, and just quiz yourself a couple times so that way you're getting some practice in on it. So what I want you to do, if you have your pieces of paper, go ahead and take your 3/4 time signature and then take 2 of those blank pieces of paper and line them all up, and then take your popsicle sticks or whatever you're using today and go ahead and lay them down. If you're not using popsicle sticks or a long straight object like my pen here, you can just do it on the paper. And what I would suggest is just draw some boxes for yourself so you know what you're looking at. So just give me one moment because I'm drawing this right now. So if you take a look real fast, and again I know it's small, but you can easily draw the rhythm in the boxes and then it is good to go. So we have a pretty easy rhythm here. I'm looking at it right now and I see ta, ta-ti, rest. Ta, ta-ti, rest. So we're going to try to clap that together. Ready? 1, 2, here we go. Ta, ta-ti, rest. Good job. Try doing that 2 times in a row. So once you finish after the rest, we're going to go back and we're going to do it 1 more time. So 2 times total. Ready? 1, 2, here we go. Ta, ta-ti, rest. Ta, ta-ti, rest. And hopefully you got it pretty successful that time. This one's a little harder. You can just look at the screen or you can write this down. I just wanted you to do the first one just to get a little practice in. This time we're really worried about performing. So if you take a look, we've got ta-ti, ta, rest, and then we go down to the next line, rest, ta-ti, ta. Ta-ti, ta, rest, rest, ta-ti, ta. So let's try that one together. Let's try this together. Go ahead and take a few seconds and look at it real fast before we go. You might want to practice it right now while I'm still yakking. And let's give it a try. Here we go. We'll do it together, okay? 1, 2, here we go. Ta-ti, ta, rest, rest, ta-ti, ta. Great job. Hopefully you got that. If you need to practice it a couple more times or you need to try it a few more times with me, go ahead and just rewind the video a little bit and then that way you'll have it forever. See, this is the nice thing about online teaching. You guys pretty much have me stuck in your house all day long, yelling rhythms at you. It's kind of exciting. So let's move on. So this is a note that most of you should be familiar with. This is the half note. When we see a half note, we go ta. And so we say ta and clap to start with, but then we show that the note is longer by continuing to say the ta part and then shifting over to just the ah emphasis to get that extra beat in there. So this note is really 2 beats long. So what do you think we should do to show a ta-ah in popsicle sticks? And I bet some of you are thinking about putting 2 in line with each other, maybe like my 2 pens right here. And that's a good idea, but I think it's a little easier this way, which is to put 1 standing up to the ta, and then to show that the next piece of paper, the second beat, is connected with the ah. So that way we see the connection between the notes, and I think that's a little easier. I would definitely avoid the 2 sticks because I feel like the 2 sticks is weird because we usually put the 2 sticks on the same piece of paper and then we have a blank piece of paper and we're not always sure what to do with that blank piece of paper. It's confusing. So that way, we don't use sideways sticks too often. So seeing that sideways stick is going to make things make more sense for you when you're looking at a rhythm for the first time. So again, when we see a ta-ah set up like that, it's just going to be ta. Let's try it together. Ready, go. Ta. Nice job. Let's try 3 of them in a row. Ready, 2, and here we go. Ta, ta, ta. Very nice. Okay, so hopefully we're familiar with that. So now this is your first time to really practice. So we're going to try a couple rhythms. I'm going to clap them for you, and I'm not going to give you the answer right away. I want you to really try it. So if you're looking at the screen right now, you need the 4/4 paper, and then 3 more pieces of paper to show that entire measure with the time signature. So remember, 4/4 means that we have 4 beats in a measure, and each paper is going to show us a beat. Again, if you're drawing it, just draw 4 boxes. Make it kind of look like the presentation has. I would definitely recommend using a pencil if you're writing it down, though, just in case you make a boo-boo and you need to go back. So let's take a couple seconds right now. Go ahead and do it. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that so you can get yourself situated. And, all right, here we go. Here's our first rhythm. I'm going to clap it for you 3 times only, and then we're going to try to do it and see how accurate you were. So here's my first try. Listen. Very close. Make sure you watch too. I know I'm kind of small and far away, but that'll definitely help because you'll get some clues. Because remember, ta-ah is going to look different than ta-ta, right? So here we go. 1, 2, here we go. Ta, ta, ta. Second time. Here we go. Ready, 2, and here we go. Ta, ta, ta. Yeah, great job. All right, here's your last attempt. Ta, ta, ta. Great job. Hopefully you've got something written in all 4 of those boxes. You need to pause to take a couple seconds, or you want to hear it again, you can rewind back and check yourself again. I would definitely suggest at least listening to it 1 more time and just checking your answer. Does what you see match what you heard? And then let's see. Let's take a check. So if you have 1 standing up straight, another one horizontal, and then 2 more standing up straight as well, then you have the right answer. Hopefully you got that. If you didn't, think about where your mistake was. Did you take the horizontal one in the second measure and or a second beat, and did you have it standing up? Did you do something strange with that? Did you have the wrong number of sticks? Could be anything. Try to think about what you did wrong. And if you did something wrong and you're not sure, you can email me, drop into my office hours, and I'll be happy to see, and we can talk about where your mistake was. I'm very happy to give you a hand if you need. So let's move on. This one's a little harder. This one involves most of the notes that we've talked about today. You'll get this one 4 times instead of 3. Okay, so here we go. Here's the first one. Make sure you clear your popsicle sticks off real fast. So that way we start fresh. And here we go. 1, 2, here we go. Ta-ti-ta. Wow. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. I am looking at my thing and I just messed it up. We're going to try that again, right? 1, 2, here we go. Ta-ti-ta. remember, your solution should fit inside of those 4 boxes. I'm not trying to mess with you right there, so make sure it sits in those 4 boxes. All right, here we go one more time. 1, 2, here we go. Ta-ti-ta, rest. Try number 3 coming up. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. Ta-ti-ta, rest. Hopefully you're close to your solution right now. If you're not, you can listen to this last round. If you need a couple more attempts, go ahead and rewind the video a little bit and listen again, see if you can get it. All right, here we go. Next time. 1, 2, last time, go. Ta-ti-ta, rest. So again, if you're not sure, go ahead and rewind the video real fast or pause it till you're finished. So that way you know that you've really thought about it a little bit. Again, I'm trying to make these videos not super long, so I don't build in a whole lot of think time. That's going to be you just kind of pushing through and pausing when I say to pause and stuff. It just makes the videos easier to upload and everything. So let's take a look at the answer for this one. Yeah, so I see ta-ti-ta, rest. Ta-ti-ta, rest. So hopefully your answer looks like this. Easy things that you might have gotten backwards. A lot of people hear ta-ti and they automatically just put a ta and then they try to put the t in the second beat a lot. But remember, ta-ti is its own thing that only takes up a beat, so you've really got to listen to what's connected to it. So ta-ti-ta is ta-ti, ta, and then we have ta-ah, right? So ta-ti-ta, and then rest as we come through the end right there. So hopefully, at the very least, even though the beginning is a little confusing, hopefully at least you got the rest at the end. I mean, you know, that's the easy one. So hopefully you did okay on that one. If you feel pretty good, then awesome. If not, you'll have a chance to practice in a moment. So for your on your own portion today, and I'm definitely going to recommend pausing the video after I'm done explaining here, so that way you guys can start practicing. We're going to practice using a variety of time signatures, and we're going to practice using a bunch of different rhythms. I want you to make a rhythm for yourself, look at it, and then practice it and try to clap it. Do a few examples of each, at least one time in each time signature, but I would definitely recommend 2 as a good number. That'll give you enough practice to kind of make sure that we know what we're doing and everything. And try to use variety. Don't think that, oh, well, I did it 6 times, I just had tas. Like, that doesn't really help, right? So make sure that you are changing things up a little bit. But so make the rhythm and then clap it. If you're looking for something a little more interesting to do, if you've got siblings at home or you want to bug mom and dad or if somebody you live with, go ahead and talk to them about it and see if you can teach them the rhythm or if they can make one that's going to mess you up, because it's easy, I think, sometimes to clap a rhythm that we've made. We already have an idea of what it's going to sound like because we made it. Looking at a brand new one gets a little challenging and can really confuse people. And I definitely have a typo in here, so it should be see how hard you can make it. Sorry about that. Don't be afraid to add some extra boxes to do like a 2-row, a 2-measure rhythm. And then my challenge for you go-getters out there, can you make one that is so hard that you can't clap it even after some practice? It's just a little too confusing, too unpredictable. So if you want to really take the extra mile there, go ahead and try and see what you can do in terms of making this really hard. Now again, this is review for everybody, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, but these are basic rhythms that we need to be comfortable with. These are all rhythms that you guys should know and should be able to do at this point. If not, then just spend a little extra time on this so that way you can catch up. So let's move ourselves on. So you will, for your own answer, you're going to need six boxes to deal with. Our 6 boxes are going to be pretty easy. So you're going to do a 3/4 time signature, and then you're going to set up 1 row correctly, and then a 2nd row beneath it. If you don't have 6 pieces of paper that are fresh, because I know I only asked you to grab 7, just turn over a couple extra of those time signature pages so we don't see the time signature on them, and then you'll be good to go. I'm going to clap a rhythm for you, and I want to see if you can do it for me. So this one is going to be the answer that you're going to plug into Google Classroom in the assignment. It is not graded though, so don't sweat it. I just want to see if you can do this. This is just a test to kind of see. No harm, no foul. You're not going to fail music because you messed this up or something, so don't sweat that. This is just a test today. So, all right, let's give it a try. So here is your first attempt. I'm going to do it 4 times total, and again, you can always pause the video and go back through and check if you need to. I'm not going to give the answer in this presentation though, so make sure you really listen. All right, here we go. Here's our first time. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, ta, ti, ta, ta. So listen again, and make sure you watch me too, because I think sometimes that really helps people understand some things. I know I'm small. I promise I'm not that small in real life, but it does help. Let's try one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, ta, ti, ta, ta. Time number 3. 1, 2, here we go. Rest, ta, ti, ta. Very cool. Hopefully you've got a pretty close answer right now. And if not, again, just go back, listen a couple more times, see if that can help you out. Again, I'm not trying to trick you, so these 6 boxes should be full. You should not be squeezing extra rhythms in. These are all 1-beat rhythms, so you should pretty much have one of those rhythms that we talked about per box. Remember that the ta does use 2 boxes though. All right, here we go. Last time. Listen close. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, ta, ti, ta. Yeah. Again, if you need to go back and listen a couple more times, don't be afraid to do that. I'll definitely give you a good start. And then when this assignment is posted in Classroom, just take a look and there will be a way for you to fill this out. So that way you have a chance to show me if you could hear it correctly. And again, don't sweat it if you don't get it right. Just give me your best try because I just want to see what you can do. Sometimes we lose things. And then think about it, we haven't been in school since March. So some of you might have forgotten a couple things. So we're going to spend some time really reviewing at the start of the year here. So great job, guys. So we've reached the finish line. We're done today. Awesome job. Please make sure you spend some time working through the things that you needed to work through. Get that assignment finished when you get a chance. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you some other time.